Hi, I'm going to make cottage pie with Colcannon Mash on top. And this is just the perfect recipe for when the temperatures start to drop outside and you just feel like a delicious, cozy meal. For this, I need cheddar cheese, some carrots, some onions and some garlic, and some rosemary, some minced beef, Worcestershire sauce, tomato puree, some beef stock, got mushrooms, tin tomatoes, some olive oil, and then for the mash on top, potatoes, kale, milk, and some butter. So the first thing I need to do is the cheese. I'm going to grate it. So pop 100 grams of cheddar cheese into the Thermomix and put them in for 10 seconds on speed 8. Great. I've cut up the pieces into, as you can see, chunks. 10 seconds, speed 8. Take out the cheese and set it aside. There. So this is for later. This is going to be going into the filling and then a little bit more on top. But don't clean out, you don't need to clean out the Thermomix bowl after you've grated the cheese. There. Do make sure the Thermomix bowl isn't hot, that you haven't just washed it out, otherwise the cheese can melt. Perfect. And now I'm going to put in the onions. I've got 100 grams of onions cut into quarters, carrots, 100 grams again, peeled, cut into chunks, 1 clove of garlic, as you can see there. Rosemary, with a teaspoon of rosemary leaves. There. Some olive oil, 15 grams. There. Just for 5 seconds, speed 5 to chop it up. Now I just need to scrape down the sides and then put it on to cook for 5 minutes, speed 1 at just 90 degrees. So the vegetables are just going to cook really nicely and slowly. And then I'm going to put some heat on under a frying pan. So while the vegetables are cooking, I'm going to brown the mince. Small drizzle of olive oil. Add in the beef mince, which makes it a cottage pie as opposed to lamb mince, which is a shepherd's pie. That's good. So once the mince has lost all trace of pink, that's lovely, turn it off. And the vegetables should be finished cooking. So now, the vegetables are cooked. Oh, they smell delicious. The rosemary. So now I'm going to add the mince. There. And any juices. They're all flavor. There. I think it's really worth browning the mince in a pan separately, actually. I think you get extra flavor. So the mince is going in, and now the stock. I've got beef stock, 125 grams. I have got mushrooms. I've got 125 grams of button mushrooms just cut into quarters. There. I've got some tomato puree. There, just a couple of teaspoons. There, 15 grams. 1 400 gram tin of chopped tomatoes. A nice big dash of Worcestershire sauce. I think that's very good. Some salt and some pepper. And also a nice big pinch of sugar because it helps to balance the acidity in the tin tomatoes. There. Actually, maybe 2. And then put the simmering basket on instead of the center lid. There, so it allows some steam to escape. And now I'm going to put this on for 20 minutes. And this is going to go on now 20 minutes, 100 degrees, and just spoon stir. So 20 minutes. Okay, so now taste the mixture and see how it is. Oh, it looks really good. Needs a little bit more seasoning, a bit more salt, a bit more sugar, a little bit more Worcestershire sauce, a bit more pepper. Give it a little stir. Taste it again. That's delicious. So now, I'm finished with the simmering basket. Tip the mixture into a gratin dish, an oven-proof gratin dish. Get every bit out and wash the bowl before you put the kale in. So set this aside. And now I'm going to put the kale in. So I've got the kale here, 100 grams of kale with the stalks removed. And I've chopped up, as you can see, the leaves. Put the kale in, like so. A little bit of salt and pepper. There. That's the pepper. And I'm going to cook this just for about 6 minutes until it's just tender at 100 degrees, speed 1. I think I'll say 6 minutes and then see how it is. So, test the kale. Sometimes it takes 9 or 10 minutes, or sometimes just 6, depending on the kale. That's lovely. Okay, it's just tender. So, tip it out into a bowl. Set it aside just for a moment. There. And you don't have to clean out the bowl this time. So put in the butterfly whisk. There. And now add in the potatoes. 550 grams of floury potatoes, peeled. Don't use waxy potatoes, use nice floury potatoes. Cut into nice small dice, like that. And then add in the milk. And a few good pinches of salt. And then I'm going to cook this for 30 minutes, or 35 if the potatoes need it, at 95 degrees, speed 1, until the potatoes are cooked. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out this from the center, so a little bit of steam can escape, and then 30 minutes. So check that the potatoes are cooked. Delicious. Now I'm going to add in the cooked kale that I had set aside, and 30 grams of the grated cheese that I grated at the beginning. The rest is going to be scattered over the top. And we're going to mash this for 30 seconds on speed 3. Now, have a look and see how that is. Take out the butterfly, whisk there. And when you've got this in anyway, it never goes above speed 4. Okay, that's lovely. That's mashed. If it's not, mash it for another few seconds again. Give the Colcannon a taste. Check that it's really, really delicious. Tip the Colcannon out. There. This is the kind of dish that can be nice, if slightly bland, or it can be absolutely delicious. With some careful seasoning, nice little bit of butter in the Colcannon. Really good green kale or cabbage. So good. Dot it all over. Don't just put the Colcannon on in one big lump in the center. So you want to just spread it all over the top without disturbing the meat layer too much. And now sprinkle the remaining cheese, the 70 grams of cheese, on top. Gorgeous. And now I'm going to put this into the preheated oven at 200 degrees until it's golden brown on top and bubbling hot. Oh. So that is gorgeous. It's golden brown and bubbling hot. A few thinly sliced spring onions look lovely over the top. And then just bring this straight to the table. So there it is. My very comforting and very delicious cottage pie with Colcannon mash.